So I'm getting ready for my own big shift in 2025 when it comes to thought leadership strategy, and I'm not at all happy about it. Even me, I love change. Deep down, I'm all about it. I like even uh, anticipating risk and opportunity that direction, but I don't like this change because it's going to pull me outside my comfort zone. And so I'm going to tell you a little bit about how comfortable and happy thought leadership has been and what it's going to look like in 2025. The market has moved. So this will inform what you do too. So anything I do in thought leadership, yeah, it's my story, but I'm framing it as a lesson. I want you to be thinking differently about 2025, and the time to get ready is now. So you can hit the ground running. If you are hearing this podcast, it is because you are interested in thought leadership and you want to figure out the tactics. So let's talk about the tactics. When I first started my thought leadership journey, it was like very unintentional. Like I never could have seen myself as a thought leader ever. I just wanted to reach thought leaders, but realized, okay, I can't get done the thing I need to get done to grow my business, to be seen with social proof. Like I need to have the audience, but also it became this massive opportunity to serve. That mindset shift around service changed everything. So went ahead and did that brave move of saying, yes, I am a thought leader. Yes, I'm a thought leader. And from that day, started to see myself as that and kind of took up the responsibility of doing so. Speaking, writing, teaching intentionally, consistently, and frequently enough to, yes, definitely grow my business and be stopped by people often saying, wow, that meant so much when you shared that. That helped so much when you said that. Thank you. And it's the coolest, most rewarding thing ever. But it's been very ad hoc. Even though I had all this intention, it still was just what I felt like when I felt like it. Which I really, again, I don't hate that at all. I will probably always interject the strategy that I'm building right now with those in the moment. Hey, I have something to say. Hey, someone's kind of on my mind, on my heart. I'm going to write something to them. And then I just do a thing where I share it publicly. And that's what mentorship often looks like for me. I can mentor at scale. I think about a note that I would have wanted to write to somebody, and instead I write it more broadly, and then maybe I'll take that writing, whether it's a blog or a post, and then I will share it directly to that person and say, hey, I had you on my mind. So that has to, though, now come under a more intentional heading, which is a good thing, but I will miss not having to be as structured. So structure is critical right now. Structure is important because, and I sound so down about all this. I'm sorry, but it is what it is, right? We just accept what is. The market has changed. You can't build an audience like I did. Like I did, it was a quieter market. Everyone has figured out that thought leadership is the way to build a business. Everybody is there. Everybody is trying, and we have to respond by standing out differently. So standing out to me looks like I have to write specifically for a group of people. What it will look like, I'm kind of building it as we speak so I can then give it off to you with a lot less figuring out than is necessary because all of this can get so complex. I'm probably going to have 3 people types that I'm going after. Call them personas or whatever, but like for me, there are 3 specific people. They represent a group of people that I would love to work with, love to partner with, because Maslow's hierarchy, we have to handle food, water, shelter, revenue. I need to figure out for those 3 people, what are the top 3 things that they would want to know from me? They may end up hiring me down the road to do that, but 90% of them are not, right? Like of the vast piece of market that I could have, only a tiny fraction of those will ever do anything about it, and that's perfectly okay. Same with you, right? If there are 1,000 let's say, founders in the United States who are still in stealth, trying to build and working to figure out how to get their product up and live and funded. Well, maybe 5 of them, 10, 20, are going to come across your work and will actually want to partner with you, go down that journey with you. So I love that group, like a ton. So you got to figure through who are your 2 or 3 client types, and preferably it's people that you've already worked with, that you loved partnering with, that you so enjoyed it that you would do it again in a heartbeat. It was just that great. It was profitable for you. It had the impact you wanted it to have. They were cool people to work with. Because if there's one, they're probably not the only one on the planet, right? They probably represent very similar type of people. So fortunately, I have a great, strong handful of very specific examples of like that quote unquote perfect client that I would love to see come through the door next year. And I now think about what are the things that they have specifically said are problem points, and I'm going to use their words. If I use my words describing that problem point, I'm already sunk. That sharpness that has to be present in your messaging, in your thought leadership in 2025 is everything. Otherwise, it will not grab them out of like the hundreds and hundreds of posts that are available to read, out of the many, many, many blogs, out of even the best part of thought leadership is that you get to make your network your mouthpiece. I'll say the best of those. There's so many best parts of thought leadership, so bear with me. But one of the best parts of thought leadership, you make your network your mouthpiece, the mouthpiece for your work. So it's like your voice is running around in rooms that you would not necessarily get to be in. How cool is that? So to be sharp, though, to be very specific and to use their words is got to be a core part of your strategy in 2025. Now, next, I need to speak to them. So I'm going to find 3 problem areas for each of those 3 people. And I'm going to build a whole world and a whole ecosystem in terms of my writing, my speaking, my teaching, my podcast, my video. It's a lot. And we'll talk about how to make that lot get a whole lot easier. But it's got to get so focused. It's that one post, that one time, if I'm talking about something in my own words that I've adapted from yours, and I'm trying to do it so generally it almost looks like it's for anybody, then it will please and help and serve nobody. And we need to make it so sharp that when you see it, you feel like, whoa, she sees me, she gets me, this is amazing, oh my gosh. If they don't feel that, we're not going to get clients in 2025. So right now I'm speaking mostly to people who are either stepped away from corporate or you're going to step away from corporate and you know that you need to figure out how to market yourself. So I hope you're writing this down. 3 people max, really. And 3 messages. Now, if you are like, I serve 10 different client types, well, show me how that works. If you're like on your own. Now, if you're growing a business, that's a whole different story. But even then, you can't have that many messages. Like if it's 3 messages times 10 people, that's 30 focused messages. No, like you'll never be able to touch them enough to be heard and understood, right? So going back now to our 3x3, 3 problems, 3 types of people. At most, that's 9 messages. So I'm going back to that founder in stealth. Maybe they're building something for cyber. They're building something for tech. And I know one of the questions that they ask me often is, so I'm still building. How in the world am I supposed to market this thing right now? Well, I know how. And I can build the podcast, really focus in on those episodes, on my social content, on my writing, so that when they do come into contact with it, they're able to really anticipate how I can serve them. They get it, they see it, it's great. And if I talk about that thing enough, with enough repetition, enough frequency, then my network can be a mouthpiece for my work to put me in front of the right clients. That is the coolest ever. So I want you to be thinking about your 3x3. 3 messages, using their words, the 3 biggest problems they come to you with, that translate back to the 3 types of clients and the projects that they would hire you for. So just think about, what are the 3 things for the 3 people? And in our next episode, we're going to talk about what comes next. What do we do with that information? How do we turn that into a sane, fairly simple set of directives in your marketing, your personal marketing? How do you not go crazy? This can't be a full-time job. How do we do this in the margins, but with intentionality to grow your business, to give you the life that you really want to be leading and the fun that you want to have? Yes, we can. So this episode is sponsored by DIY Influence. I used to do thought leadership work one-on-one, and that was the only way to work with me. And that was too expensive for most people. They needed to learn this stuff, but they don't need to have someone do it for them. They needed to have the very specific tactics and someone to do it with them. So we built a community. We meet weekly, office hours, co-working sessions. We want you to know how to do thought leadership and to get out of your own way, out of your own head, and get it moving forward. And you can do that. Instead of like $1,500 a month, it's literally just $79. That's it. And you get access to not just me, but to a community of other former corporate, now striking out on their own, now figuring out their marketing. And next year, it is all about how to market yourself. I cannot wait. I hope you join us. You get a free week trial if you go to DIYinfluence.com. Sign up, and I hope I see you there, because I can't wait to see you go market yourself and do so to bring home what you need to bring home to enjoy the life you want to enjoy. Thanks for listening today.